I love hearing what countries you're all from as well, people.
Rob. Yeah, so tell us where you're from. So Martin, oh my goodness, I'm not even going to attempt your last name. I think that's German. I would butcher it.
Oh dear, hang on. Is there a sound issue here, people? I'm on a new laptop today, and I'm just seeing some comments here. So if you can just write in the notes if you are hearing me properly or not. No notes on that? I guess they can hear us, Lisa.
Oh, the notes are coming through. So we've got Brisbane. So sound is good.
Sounds fine. Okay, very good. Yeah, it's actually hard for me to hear at the moment. I'm on a brand new laptop. Mine died on me a couple of days ago.
We've got South Africa, New South Wales. We've got LA. We've got Austria. So there's a heap of different places.
Awesome. Now we're just about to jump into it, people. Welcome along, everybody. Do us all a favor and just hit the like button. We do this free for you, so. Yeah, just help other people find it. Hit the like for us now. That'd be very nice of you. And also, if you are experienced traders, please use our BYBIT link. I know I did say I'd be talking about the trading competition today, but we're just going to have to wait till next week on that. We're just getting all that sorted for you. But yeah, if you want to support the channel, please use our BYBIT link. There's a couple $100 in sign-up bonuses available there in the rewards section once you deposit. So, Lisa, what a week.
It has been an epic week in alt. So, and then I have had the question a couple of times still, is alt season here? It's like...
yes would be the answer.
Yes, unless you're in the wrong coins. And then no.
That's also true. But on that note, a shout out to a couple of projects that we did long form interviews with. Cartier Chain, just my God, that thing's mooning, and I like the fact that it hasn't crashed from a 300% gain, which you often see. Seems to be holding strong. Who else? Mantra DAO, Ava, everything. A lot of these projects we've had on for the long form interviews, and we are going to be doing more of those with the founders. Nice little addition to the technical analysis. You can have a fundamental look at these projects as well.
So a few more people. Stella, Harish, Papa Bear, hello. Brian Driscoll, Antonio, and Cuff, and I'm sure there's Janine. So many people today. So exciting. Smash the like button, guys, and we'll get into this now.
Absolutely. So just a couple of quick questions, Lisa, before we go into the BTC charts. You know, a lot of questions, but something I've been asked quite regularly lately is when you hear people talking about daily closes, obviously crypto is a 24/7 market as opposed to, you know, the equities, the stock market. Where do we take that daily close from?
Okay,
I mean,
so
how does that work?
Daily close is UTC at 12 a.m. So, but...
and how important is that daily close? You often hear people, we've got to close above 57.5, otherwise we're in trouble.
Yeah, I do hear that, but I sort of it goes in one ear and out the other because I trade on patterns. I don't trade on closes. As you can see, we've had, you know, these monthly closes that have had these giant wicks and everyone's like, we're going down to 30K. And I'm like, we're not. The pattern says up. So for me, it's more about pattern rather than a close. Not often will you hear me talk about a close. Sometimes I'll talk about a close when basically I can hear a lot of people saying, you know, the monthly close is coming in and it's going to, you know, we're going to go right down. And I'm like, well, we're not because of, you know, money coming into the market, you know, other reasons and stuff like that. So normally Elliott wave pattern is what I kind of look at. And yeah, so daily close is not so important for that. I think if you're an order block trader, it's a little bit more important. And you were saying the TD9 sort of sequential traders, then, you know, they're kind of looking at those. I don't think it's the best way to trade especially in a 24-hour market. In an equities market or a traditional market where you've got a set close, a set open, then yes. But a 24-hour market has different rules.
Right. So a little bit of a jibe at your buddy Tone Vase there then, Lisa.
Don't get me started on Tone Vase.
By the way, people,
I like to keep it
the
positive.
merch.
Ah, yes.
And only coffee in here, of course, people.
Yeah, only coffee. See my coffee? It's all gone.
Right, Lisa, tell me what's happening with Bitcoin. I'm in a long.
You're in a long?
I'm in a long. I'm in a very good long on Ethereum at the moment, but my Bitcoin long. Let's see.
So this is Bitcoin. So we confirmed this pattern yesterday that we are going into this additional correction. So it is possible that this region does hold. So if we go here and we can draw some lines, we've got a triangle that is forming in this region. So it's very possible that we could hold this area higher. We haven't tested the 200 MA for a while. So that's my thinking with this. So, we'll come down, we'll retest. It also retests this, the wave one high. So that's kind of my thinking. It may not drop to those lows. So, I am starting laddering up from this region. And if we do drop, I'll just add more to this position because we're going up. I don't think we're dropping down, and if we do break below this, obviously I'll have a stop loss. So, for me, this is just a sort of a detour in the overall pattern. And that happens. And it's a good thing. It's a really good thing because it's giving the alts all of this breathing room. So, and, we can see at the moment, they're just incredibly sort of bullish and just going through the roof. So if we have a quick look at the dominance chart, we can see that we're holding the support, but it's really possible that we're going to drop down. So we've got this channel sort of forming throughout here. So I think we're going to go up first and touch this top of this channel. So that will come with BTC rising, and then we'll come back down. So, this will come with our 66K. So this is a highly sort of guarded support. And the whales and exchanges don't want to see BTC sort of, drop within that dominance ranges. It's just
a very quick, Lisa, real quick question on that. I assume you're probably going to get to it next and you're about to tell me off for this question, but what are your thoughts on 1 trillion market cap for Bitcoin being a new support?
Yeah, really, really good. It's a really strong and positive sign. So, the total market cap is just looking so good right now. We are coming up. We've got this rising wedge that, I've sort of said, this is what's going to happen. We're going to just sort of go up and up and up. We've got sort of money coming in, and it just continues. So it's really, really strong looking market. Like,
this is a very important chart for the big players, huh?
Yeah, very important chart. Like, if we have a look at all the alt patterns, we are seeing this pattern break up. So, even though it does look like it potentially could break down, it predominantly breaks up. So, and that's what it does in a bullish market. So this is, we've got a really neutral RSI. All of the indicators are really neutral. So there's plenty of room here to sort of grow and continue. So I don't see any issues with any of this at the moment. The others chart, which is the alts, we are attempting a breakout. So we are, as you can see, alts are really super, super bullish at the moment. So while we may not get a breakout in this region, and we may get a little bit of a pullback, we should do. So a lot of alts have hit those sort of overbought ranges, and they do need to pull back. The RSI is is still not, it still has got room to move. So there is a potential we could have, you know, more alts running at this point. And before we do get that breakdown here, we kind of need to come down and retest. That's an essential thing that we need to do in these patterns, just to know that we've got the support and that we've got the money entering, because we want to see that sort of continue to grow. So, you know, we, like I keep saying every week, corrections are a necessary part of the overall strength of everything in the market. So just turning off alerts. They're going to go all day. So this is the total too, and we can see the money coming into the alts, and it's moving exactly perfectly as like I said it would. So we've got, you know, that big injection, the pullbacks, and that's kind of what we're seeing. Not all alts are running, so it's a, you know, a matter of sort of finding which ones are and which patterns are sort of looking really super bullish, and then, you know, entering into those, and then sort of working out what, you know, where to sort of move to the next one. But it's, there was a few people on Twitter today that were upset that, you know, they sold Theta a little bit early, and it was literally like a 10 cents, and it was, you know, they didn't sell the top. There's no need to sell the top, and there's no need to buy the absolute bottoms. You can buy, you know, on the supports and in the middle, and as it continues up.
I made 300% on that, Lisa, thanks to you. And
so that's, you know, profit is profit.
I'm pretty damn happy with where I sold it.
So somebody said that they, you know, they'd made like 50%, but they could have made like 70%. I'm just like, anyway, I'd be pretty happy.
Agree.
So we'll go and have a quick look at Ethereum. So we've got a very sideways movement. This is a 15-minute chart. So if we go to the 4-hour chart, we are seeing, we still have this like kind of head and shoulders pattern on Ethereum. It's not confirmed. Until it confirms, it's not a head and shoulders. So it hasn't broken down yet. And we are holding MAs at this present time. So technically we confirmed the inverse head and shoulders, so we should continue up. The only issue is obviously gas fees are massively high on Ethereum, and that's restricting, you know, people coming into that market and buying it. And, you know, it's crazy. Like I moved $800 in tokens the other day, and it cost me like $80 in gas. And it was like, and, you know, I've seen people paying up to like 1 Ethereum to move like, you know, $10,000. It's like, really? So yeah, they need to get that under control.
Yeah, well, here's my loser story of the day. I paid $50 to sell $250 worth of a project I've sat on for nearly 7 months, and it went up 200% right after I did it. Yeah. My one fork up in the last week. A fantastic week on everything else, so I don't feel like a loser, but on that one I did.
That's the thing. That's, you know, and it's a big thing in crypto patience. So, you know, you're sitting there and it's like, you know, I know a lot of people are in like BCH or BSV or XTZ, Tezos, and, you know, they're saying to me like all the time that these are not moving. And it's like, but the moment you sell...
Yeah, I can confirm that.
It's guaranteed that it will move. So, and it's like, so I'm just like, well, you know, and that's why, you know, I do have a diversified portfolio. I've gone over this before, that you want to have, you know, several different trades, like break it up, depending on how much money you've got. I always say, you know, have some BTC, not 100% sure on Ethereum at the moment, but have some BTC, and then break it up into some alts, and have a minimum of 5 alts, depending, you know, if you've got sort of about $5,000, have 5 alts. So, you know, and that's a good amount that a lot of people have when they're investing into crypto. So break that down, and then that way, you know, you've got something that's moving and you're feeling better about life. You're not watching everything go by. So that's the only thing that I see a lot of people, they're all in one coin and that coin's not moving. So start diversifying and start spreading your money, and it also spreads your risk. We've seen, especially with a lot of the, you know, the I think it was it Uniswap, or what was the ones that were hacked, Sean?
NFTs?
No, the ones that had the rug pulls.
Oh, right. I mean, look, that's, you know, there's a hell of a lot of that happening at the moment, people. It's also why, you know, we do these longer form chats with founders of projects and whatever to give you as much information as possible to make decent decisions, technical and fundamental.
Yeah. So, and that's the other thing, like, know what you're investing into. Like, if you're going onto these exchanges like Uniswap, PancakeSwap, and JewelSwap and all of that, know what these products are. Know that you don't have a stop loss, and you know, they're high risk, and you won't usually see me investing in those sort of things. I do invest in a few of the dual D and dual B and those sort of ones. I do believe in those projects, and I know the founders. So yeah, but know what you're investing in, use a stop loss, make sure you're using your money management, and, you know, start sort of being smart about investing. That's where you're going to make the real money. So we'll jump into Theta. Is it Theta? Theta.
Potato. So
we just passed $10. Woo! So yeah, it's looking.
Are you still holding this, Lisa? Am I allowed to ask that?
I'm still holding this.
Are you?
Yes.
Very good.
Yes, I haven't sold yet. I think it's going to come up to the channel. We should hit about $11.90. So before we see a bit of a correction. But if we see a correction here, I've got a stop loss, so that's okay. I mean, lots and lots of profit. So, if we take 5,000 here, so if we go back down to way back down to here,
I'm happy with the 300% I made on this from your call recently, but 5,000 would have been nice, obviously.
Yeah, 5,000 is always nice. Wow, 7,600%. So as per my lettering technique, I have sold 50% of that position. So I've got 50% of this position still. So, and that's at 7,600%, which is nice. And I do, on a lot of the coins, I do sell and buy, and just sort of compound those profits as well. Tfuel, so Theta is looking like it's got a little bit more. It should get to about $11.90. So this is Tfuel. It's been a little bit slower. We are seeing this holding support right now. We've seen a bounce in the cross support, which has been nice. This region should hold. We'll come down and we'll retest about the 31-ish mark to 34 and then continue up. So if this 31, 34 holds, I've got an alert in this range, and then I'll add some extra targets because I think it should continue to take off.
We had a very cursory look at Bitcoin and Ethereum today, eh? We're whipping straight into the alts.
Yeah, because they're not really doing anything. So it's pretty pointless, isn't it? So this is ENJ. So this was the #1 trending coin on Lunar Crush yesterday. So it's had a strong bounce on this support region. I think we've got one more. I don't know if we're going to break this region just yet. So this looks to be an A, B, C, D, E wave. I'll show you how that looks. So we've got A, B, C, D, E, come back down. So I think we've got one wave down. We could just break out here a little bit and come down on the other side of that wedge. So that's possible. So I will be laddering in at around $2.15 to around $2 on this one. So as that's the pattern that I'm sort of currently seeing right now.
Are you a gamer, Lisa, while we're looking at Enjin? Have you ever been a gamer?
No, I've never been a gamer.
Apparently there's 2.7 billion people that are. So things like Enjin
2.7
Coin.
billion, that's a lot of people.
Yeah. It's a few.
So, yeah, no, I'm not one of those 2.7 billion. I just don't have the time. Like I'm sure, and you know, playing with charts is my game.
I've started. I haven't gamed for 20 years, but I bought the Rev Token the other day, so I've decided whether I buy a car or just stake the token at the moment.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, no, I'm not. I know there's lots of gamers in crypto, so yeah, it's probably a good thing. This is BNB. So this is a staple if you want to get onto some of those like Pancake Swap and Dual Swap. So it's currently sort of bunching up into this triangle pattern. We should continue. We should get a breakout and then a bounce to this region. So that's about $2.62 and then continue on. So I'm going to try and race through these charts at the moment. So this is EGLD. It came down to where I said it was going to come down last week. I'm back in. As I'm excited about that. So I'm always in EGLD, by the way, because I do stake it. But
it didn't quite reach that buy zone that I was hoping for. So I feel like I've missed the bite again.
That's why you need to ladder, Sean.
Yeah. True.
Because you need to ladder because it doesn't always go right to the bottom. So you get a few orders there. And then as it comes back, you can keep laddering in. So laddering video, I'll get Sean to put in the comments here so that you can all have a look. But it's perfect because then if it doesn't come down to those ranges, you are good to go.
Okay.
So this is hard. And we have a new chart on hard. So we did get 160% harder. So I'm not sure if that was Viagra or it was just you guys spending money. But we've corrected. We've come down to this new support. And we have formed a cup. We've nearly completed our handle. We should start moving up. And I've got some new targets on this chart, and we are going to be 250% harder soon.
They should send you a T-shirt, Lisa. So should 1 inch. You talk about these two, just their names. I love it.
Yeah. So 1 inch I haven't got in the charts today because it's gone back to the 4 play, so it's a bit boring. It's like, yeah. So XRP. Now
made some moves.
It's made some moves. So we've come down, we've corrected, we've retested this previous breakout region, which is looking good. So if we go to the larger chart, we're on the other side. Yay! So we are still stuck under this pink resistance. Now, this region is like a strong confluence region. It goes all the way back. So if we go, if we were to go back here, it's got a lot of confluence within this region. So it keeps, pulling back. It goes just over and then it comes back down. So we should have probably a lot more sideways action, being as it's XRP. So before it sort of breaks out and then comes up. So that's kind of what XRP is looking like. We are going to get to the other side of that resistance at some point, but it is consolidating a hell of a lot. So DOT, we have this triangle. It's looking good. So I'm going to go on to Kusama at the moment, but we've got the parachain auction happening on Kusama, and it's bounced like 70% in the last.
Yes, that's put a big smile on my face since I bought that thing.
Yeah, so DOT is it's being sort of quite slow, but it is holding pattern. We should come up on this one. We are going to hit this cross support and then continue up. So I've still got a 48 and a 56 target on this one in the not too distant future. KSM. So like I was saying, so we've got every now and again, they have a parachain auction on Kusama. So that just basically kind of, if you Google it, it's really interesting to see how it works. And, you know, the price of Kusama just goes through the roof and it continues to grow. So this is, like I keep telling everyone, it's the wild dot. It has less tokens. It's higher in value. It moves at an increased rate, and you know, the chain's a little bit different. So it is moving.
It's the dot for the people, isn't it? Whereas dot's likely to be more an enterprise blockchain.
Yeah. So at one stage they were going to. This was pretty much just the test net, and they were going to scrap this, and now they've continued because they've seen the value in it, because it's, you know, and they can sort of tweak and play with this because it doesn't have, you know, when you've got enterprise sort of agreements and that sort of stuff, then, you know, they've got different sort of rules and stuff. But Kusama doesn't have that. Kusama is for the people, and you can build a lot more sort of stuff on it. And, you know, they're adding, obviously, because Kusama and Dot are from sort of that background with, you know, art, and, you know, Kusama being the dot lady of Japan. So, you know, that is looking amazingly good for NFTs. And there's so much stuff coming in here. So the growth of this is just going to be massive. So, you know, I've got an upper target. At the moment, it's 636, but I really believe this is going to hit $1,000, like in the not too distant future. So this is a really, really exciting project, and one.
Yeah, I agree. I agree strongly, Lisa. It's a long hold for me. I think there's a lot of people at the moment that are looking to sort of hedge bets against Ethereum scaling, etc. And even I think Ethereum will, but I also think this will be a main player moving forward over the coming years. Fantastic project for me.
So this is Algo. So we've got this strong accumulation channel. We still haven't broken out yet. I think the next, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4 touches. Our next touch should break out. So, you know, this range here, I'll put another star because I think we're about to head up. So the next target here up here, we've got a 64% move, and we've got a 100% move here on Algo. So it's looking really strong to have a big move soon. This is Acro, which was our coin of the week last week, and it's strong consolidation. It's had a 50% move in the week, and we've got, you know, strong support on these regions. Now this is a dot project as well. So this is built on the dot blockchain. So, you know, there's so many projects coming out of that, you know, that are built on dot and that are just amazing projects. So this is one of them. So I recommend looking into the fundamentals of this one as well, and seeing what it's all about. But it's going to be huge.
Yep, I'm still holding it. So am I hearing hang in there?
Yeah, definitely I'm hanging on to this one. So I'm at 50%. I've raised. We've still got another 175 on my targets, and I seriously think it's going to continue past that.
Did it get above its all-time high there, Lisa?
It did, I think. Just hang on. Yeah, just.
So that's going to be an interesting moment when it touches that again, isn't it?
Yeah. So it's only a relatively new. Obviously, all the dot projects are relatively new. So somebody just said, "Do we sell Acro?" No, it didn't dump. How did that dump? It's like it didn't dump. This is Matic. So it's been in a correction. Obviously, we've had such a huge run on this, as I explained last week.
I think
when
we
we do
called
have,
that one of the month back in February, didn't we?
yeah, we did. So back when it was coin of the month, and it's done, you know, 1,500% since then. So it had an epic rise. So we're going to have a little bit more sideways in this. We may form one of those accumulation channels that we've seen on Algo and a few of the others. So we might.
I'm hearing a lot of institutional money is looking at this project as well. We've got so many of the NFT gaming coins coming across to utilize the lower gas fees on this layer 2.
Yeah, gas fees are a big issue, and I really do feel that they need to get that under control. It's like if Ethereum don't get that under control, then it will die.
Matic is, you know, you could look at it as an interim solution, something in my opinion that will actually run parallel. I think Ethereum ultimately is going to be that settlement layer. And Matic for me is right up there with Kusama, Bitcoin as my long-term holds. I think this is a huge project. If you're not familiar with it, look at the fundamentals. It's a biggie.
Yeah, no, it is a really big project, this one. And this is now one of my staples in my portfolio. So
it's actually it's more than 10% of my current portfolio.
I think it's about 5% of mine, but I've got like 50 coins. So there's a lot there.
I reckon if you counted them up, Lisa, it would be more.
It probably would be. I was looking at one of the exchanges where I hold some really like dodgy, shitty coins, and that have actually made a lot of money recently. So yeah, and there's quite a few on there. Oh, we've got some alerts on ETH.
What's the alert? Is it going up? I'm in a long.
It is. You're in luck.
Oh, good.
So that must be, let's have a look. Yeah, we've just crossed the 15-minute EMAs. So that's a good sign. So we're on the other side of the 100 MA right now. We've held that. So we should head up to about 1,800 on Ethereum in this short little period. So, you know, if you haven't watched my EMA, 9 and 21 EMA scalping method, it's on YouTube. And, you know, this is the live view. So we've got the 9 and 21 have crossed. That's the alert that's come up. And, you know.
Watch it, people. It's destroyed my social life. All I do is sit on my BYBIT account scalping all day. Thanks, Lisa.
It will destroy your social life because it is like playing a video game. Because, you know, but the dollars go up. It's like, wow.
But learn how to play the video game, people. Watch Lisa's videos. There's also a trial thing on BYBIT. You don't have to put any money down.
Yeah, so get on the test net and have a play with that. And, you know, when these alerts do go off, get a premium trading view so you can get the alerts. It's like, because that will pay itself off.
True,
and,
agree.
Yeah, definitely. Okay, back to alts. So this is Win. Now Win is it's a casino coin. Now its use case is like I think it's in something like 27 casinos at the moment. So, and you know, online casinos obviously due to COVID are such a big thing at the moment. So we've seen CSC like absolutely pump, BPro absolutely pump. Win was the last one to pump. We are still in this sort of corrective phase after having this big run, 185%. We've had 570% in this region. So we still do have a lot more profits to go, but I think we're going to correct a little bit more in this region. So probably come down to here. And then we've got another 200% to go. So, you know, you could start laddering into this trade. In case it doesn't correct right down. A lot of the charts are very, very bullish and they're not correcting as much as they should because people are just going, oh, fuck it, I'm going to buy it. So, and that's kind of what happened. And they just take off. So this one has real use case. It's, you know, really, really strong project and is going to absolutely like take off. So, and it's built, it was originally, it's still on the TRX network, on the Tron network. This was called originally, I think it was called Tron Tron Play or something, and they changed it to Win. Don't quote me on that. Sean,
Justin Sun lawsuit coming up, Lisa.
Yeah, exactly. This is ICX. We're just about to break out on this pattern. So this is a really, really, really good buy right here. So because we will break out and we're going to, they have on ICX, they have staking now, and they have a new mainnet coming out very soon. So we've got a short-term 81 and 100% on this one, on this breakout. So the range is about $1.90. And then down to $1.90, we're currently at about $2, and that's the buy range, and it should continue up. This is Red Pulse Phoenix, has the best name in crypto, I think.
I'm not going to disagree.
Yeah. I don't actually know what this one does. I just like the name. Is that bad?
And there will be people hearing you say that going, why the hell am I watching this show? But that's what technical analysis is all about, people. It really actually matter.
I look at patterns. A lot of the time I do look at what they do. Like obviously, you know, Kusama and DOT and Ethereum and Bitcoin and whatever, you know, and most of the like Matic and, you know, OMG, and I know what most things do. I actually haven't Googled what this one does. So I should.
Can we have a guess? I don't know either, actually. I don't own it, so although I probably should have.
It sounds like it's like for some sort of aviation or something. Can somebody tell me what it does? It's like...
We'll figure it out. If there's anyone from Red Pulse Phoenix watching this, come on the show and tell us what the hell you do. You've got a good-looking chart.
They're shaking their head going, she just butchered it. Anyway, so it's a really good-looking chart. And we've done 400% in this region, 200% in this region. We're going to continue on. So it's a really strong-looking chart. The pullbacks are really small, and it continues up. So from around this range, we'll get a small pullback. We've still got 122% to go on this one. So it's, you know, it's a really strong looking coin and really strong looking pattern. So I'm just having a look, see if anyone's told me. There
will actually be some confused viewers over this little chat we've had, people. But look, there's a whole heap of fundamental analysis on the show. Lisa and I do long form chats with founders as well, but charting is an entirely different thing.
It is. And most of the time I do like to know, but it's like, I don't know why I haven't even looked that one up. I really like the name. And and that's purely the reason I started trading it. So this is Rio. So Real.io. It's a DeFi coin. See, I do know what they do. And yeah, so this one has had a nice move since we've had it on the show. We've still got another 250% on this one. It has that strong alt curl that I always like to see, and it's holding on the retrace. So it's looking and a strong bounce. So apparently Red Pulse Phoenix is a cryptocurrency that is native to the market intelligence platform. I don't know what that means.
Okay, I'll take 2, please.
I don't know if you can just buy 2. So this is lit. This was requested in the tweet that I put out this morning. So we had I said I would do 3 and have a look at 3 and live chart them. I've already charted this one because I've had it on the show previously. It's in the accumulation channel. We've had enough bounces that the next break will go higher in this range. So I'm going to be rebuying in this range, and we've got about 130% to here. And as we get, that takes us above the all-time high on lit. So this is another dot project as well. So Litany. So if we put a star in this region, in case we do break down, I'll be laddering to about 9.75 to about 10.5. This is a kind of a long-term sort of trade for me. So the ladder zone's a little bit bigger. Just in case. So this is metal. So this is doing some really nice profits within this channel. So we are bouncing and holding this support. So this is, you know, got some really big things happening as well. So have a look at this one. I think it's used in the shipping industry. So, you know, strong profits to come. So another 131% here that we still have moving. And, you know, this channel is just holding, and it has strong accumulation always. So, and it's actually used in the shipping industry. So I'm pretty sure it's the shipping industry. I say that like it's like Sean's just sitting there like, is it? Is it? he's pulling, you can't see him. He's pulling these faces at me. This is Dia or Dia. What do you call it, Sean?
Princess Diana.
Princess Dia.
Princess Dia. How's it looking?
So it is looking really good.
Us?
So we've just finished the cup and handle, and we are now coming back up. We have support in this region that we have held. So I'm going to put another star in this region because that's a nice buy zone here.
Maybe, Lisa, because a lot of people hear this term cup and handle. What typically happens after the handle here?
Okay, so what happens is, so we draw, so the cup has, this is the top of the cup. So this is where we have seen, you know, all the waves sort of align. It becomes a confluence zone. And we can see the depth of the cup goes down to this range. And we get a target by taking the depth of the cup and then, you know, moving that target up. So technically we are sort of in that, and they normally go a little bit higher. So clone that. So on this one, we have a 6.8 to a 7.1 target on the cup and handle. So it's derived, it's a traditional trading pattern. It's a really, some of these patterns are much easier to use, obviously, than Elliott Wave, and they're, you know, usually quite reliable. So yeah, so you take the depth of the cup, and then once the handle's complete, that then becomes the volume of the cup that the waves will rise to. So the handle usually moves between 50 to 61 to like the 0.5 to the 618 in that range, and it's usually falls on a diagonal support. So it's a good way of buying back into that.
Very good description. Remember that one, people. You're going to hear it a lot.
Yeah, so it's a really simple pattern to trade. Like it's, you know, we see the inverse head and shoulders and the head and shoulders all of the time. So both are very, very simple patterns to trade and very reliable in these markets, because a lot of people obviously see them and they're like, okay, cool, I can trade that with ease. So that's what is happening with DIA at the moment.
Unless you get a whale in a low liquidity project who goes, everyone's going to trade the cup and handle.
Yeah, and then they kill it. So most of these, I don't sort of, you know, bring the low liquidity ones to the, you know, the show here because, yeah.
You can make big bucks on them. And so I have on a few lately, but
yeah, so they're fun to play. They definitely are, but you can get very stuck in those coins if you don't know what you're doing. So, because when they correct, they have giant wicks. So this is Telcoin, and we had 250% profits. So this one has, obviously, it's Telcoin. It's to do with telephones, mobiles. So it has real use case.
I think you should stick to the charts today, Lisa.
No, it is. It's SIM cards.
Is it okay?
So it's the same as Dent is SIM cards as well. So Telcoin and Dent. So, usually when you're sort of looking at projects like we saw BPro and I explained earlier, sort of Win and, CSC. So we see that a lot of the charts move. So, people will look, say, Telcoin's moved. So then they go, what other cryptocurrency does mobile or telephone or that sort of thing, or SIM cards? So then, you look around and you see what's there. And then we know Dent does it as well. So then that one took off after Tel did. So yeah, it's kind of, if you see sort of one thing taking off massively, look to what other projects are doing a similar thing, because more than likely they will continue as well.
I'm only taking the mickey because it's almost impossible to know what each of these projects do.
I know what most of them do. Red Pulse.
I know you do. I know you do.
Because obviously when you are trading something and it has moved 250%, you go, okay, what does this do? What other things are going to be moving? Yep. And, and it's really important that, sort of those minimal things of what they do so that you can, buy similar projects. And the similar projects won't always move, but, it's like, yeah. So Tel is, I think somebody's just said it's for sending money via mobile SMS. So, it is a really good project. So this, so we're just completing, we should hold, we've got a support in this region. We've got another support here. So that forms our cross support. We should see a bounce at least to this range, which is 0085. Currently we're on about 0061. So we may not be finished this correction yet. So if I put some waves on this, this might be a short-term bounce. So we might see an A, a B, a C. Possible we could get a D and an E, but we had quite an extended correction in this region. So I would say, buy the C, that's what I always say, and it should continue. So long-term, this is looking really strong. So Strax as well. So this is one that we've been trading on and off. So this is in another one of those parallel channels that we've got happening. Sort of in this range. We kind of broke out a little bit here. So we should continue up. So we've had 1, 2, 3. This may break out. Sometimes on the 4th they break out, sometimes they reject. So this sort of range is 1.8. So we've probably got about a 10% move in this range before we know whether we're breaking out or not just yet. So everything is really neutral. Our MACD has crossed over bullish. So there's a good possibility this is our breakout zone. This is Ocean. We are in, again, that same channel. So a lot of these are in very similar patterns right now. So we've got 1, 2, I don't think we're going to break out on this one. We should have a pullback in this region and then continue up. So with that being said, we could just break out, but I doubt it. I think we'll pull back here and then have another attempt before breakout. The RSI is starting to border on getting a little bit high. So which to me says this is going to pull back a little bit. This is Dent. So this is similar to what the reason I chose this one was because of the Telcoin. So this one's moving really, really strongly. Had some big waves over the weekend. We are seeing a minor pullback at the moment. But with everything that's happening in this project, it's really, really going to take off. So this is one that I've added. I've got a 2.5% position in this. So I need to update my portfolio, but I have diversified a lot into a lot of these newer sort of projects that are really taking off and really showing promise.
Yeah, we're seeing. I mean, there's a lot of capital inflow from, if you look at the Mark Cubans of the world. I mean, there's a growing list of people that really are coming in and looking for these great, effectively tech stocks at the moment.
Yeah, and they are amazing.
This is a different world to 217, eh?
It's a completely different world. So this to me is kind of like your Y2K, like where everyone was investing in the internet stocks.
Yeah.
So
exactly what it is.
And that's kind of what's happening now. It's like, this is exciting. This is, everyone coming into cryptocurrency, because it's not just speculative. Like, these projects actually have function now. Yeah. Back in 2017, it was a very, very speculative market.
Mm.
So again, this is Avalanche, AVAX. It's in this accumulation channel. We should come up. We've had 3 touches. 4th touch should break through. A little bit more correction and then continue on. So buying kind of in the 32 to the 30-ish range for a longer term trade on this one. So we've got almost 200% move on this. So as soon as these accumulation channels sort of start to break out, these are all going to explode. So, but we can see a lot of these patterns do accumulate for quite a long time. So, and that's, obviously you want to be diversified across your portfolio so that something is always moving. So this is one coin that you laughed at me, Sean, for having this on the show. You remember that?
Well, look, I have to put my hand up here. Do we know? I mean, is this the same? I've heard different things on this, and to be honest, I haven't looked at it. My inbox filled up today with people asking about this project.
So this is Harmony One. So
But does it have anything to do with?
It was revamped. The whole project was revamped.
Okay.
So, I do think it still has a little bit to do with that. But the whole project has been revamped. It's got, new CEO, new people working on it, new devs. It's, it's a really amazing project. And obviously with the news of Kate Winslet coming out that she's doing the movie about OneCoin. So, which will be interesting. But
yeah, it's one of those ones that's probably best for me not to comment because I don't know enough about it. To be honest, I haven't looked at it closely. I will. Maybe I can give my comments on it next week. But ultimately, yes, Lisa, you said it was going to go up, and it did.
Yeah, it did. So when we had it on the show, obviously that was our star. So we've had 850% rise here. We've had really minimal pullbacks. We are fairly overbought, and I did say this last night, and then the pullback was really small. So we've seen this pullback in this region again, and it's again been a really small pullback. I'm not sure how much. I'm raising my stop as we go. So, it has extended into the Fibonacci levels here, and, we're kind of running out of Fibonacci's here. So at some point it's going to need to correct so that we can have that region that, we have that bridge so that it's, when it does, it just doesn't dump straight back down. We just don't have that at all right now. So potentially this goes straight up, it can go straight down. So you do, on these sort of moves, you do need to keep moving your stop loss up. It has got a lot of liquidity. So there's not the huge issues of, it's just going to sort of drop down. You have that massive slippage. So, liquidity is a major thing for a lot of these. So this is,
by the way, just very, very quickly, I found that there's some fantastic documentaries out there on the mathematics of nature. There's one that the BBC have made that really looks into Fibonacci's and where we see these patterns in nature.
They're everywhere. They are literally everywhere.
Trading. That's a really, really good documentary to watch. I'll put a link in the show notes for you.
Excellent. So this is the one Sean was talking about earlier. So this is REVV, Rev Coin. So this is, if you want to explain what this does, Sean, for everyone.
So the Rev Token, I finally came across a game in the blockchain world that I really like. It's a motor racing game. They've got IP. They've got a contract with F1. They've also got the MotoGP game launching in the next couple of weeks. These guys are moving over to the Matic network. Look, you know, it was a good looking chart. I had a look at the project. I like this game. So yes, I own some Rev Token.
Yeah.
And I'm playing the game. So I'm intrigued to hear what you're about to tell me about this chart, because look, for me, it's a use case. I get this. I can see why people would want to own, effectively NFTs. You can own the car, you own the driver, you can buy all the parts.
So
I haven't gone to that extreme yet.
Yeah, so effectively it's like Axie, where you can, own the characters. Yep. And, we've all seen Axie has done, like 700% in the last little while. So
mega moves.
So this is really, really new. And, we should be able to buy within this region. I'll throw a star here. So I'm going to do 2 coins of the week, because not everyone is on KuCoin. So this is my chart of the week on KuCoin, if you're on KuCoin, because KuCoin has had some really big movers over the last little while. So we've got a buy region here down to about 30. So, we're currently at about 37. I think we're going to get a pullback in this region. And then we've got about a 300% move potential on this one. So, a really easy potential in this one is to get to these top Fibonacci's here, which is about 150%. But if this takes off with F1 backing, which I think it will, and if Sean's playing this, then, there's going to be a lot more people getting into it.
Look, I mean, I like Axie, and anyone that follows the HardForking channel has seen how much content we've made on Axie for God, probably a year now. It's been a big feature on our channel, and that thing's just done hundreds and hundreds of percent in growth, both on the land, on the AXS token. We're giving away bunches of, lots of scholarship teams on that project. This, in fact, some of the people involved in Axie are also involved in this particular project. Check out the fundamentals on this. There's a migration to Matic happening at the moment. I think it's a fantastic game. It speaks to me. I get it. And from an investment point of view, for me, that's something I like to see. I can understand why somebody would want to own NFTs in this game. I get this.
I understand why you would want to own NFTs at, this point. So NFTs, for me, with the LCD screens and everything, is just...
Well, yeah, exactly, Lisa. I mean, you touched on this, I think, last week, where, I think a lot of the art happening in the NFT space, where you've got people creating hundreds of these things, they're hiring someone from Fiverr. Some of that stuff is clearly a bubble to me, whereas this particular project, they're working with F1. They have a license.
So that to me is like real use case, and this is going to take off, and that's why it is my trade of the week on KuCoin. So I will have a Binance one, so just wait.
Okay. Also on Uniswap for the degen traders out there as well, people.
Yeah,
this will hate me for saying
if you want to deal with the fees, that is.
Yeah, true.
This is Link. We are again still stuck in this channel here on Link. It's stuck now under resistance. Hopefully it's just flattened out. This is Link at the moment is like BCH or Tezos. It's kind of just sideways and not moving. So if you're in these projects, they're not doing a real lot at the moment. I do think they will. It's just there's so much overshadow with a lot of these NFTs and a lot of these, bigger charts for those that are moving right now. Ava, we had some big, huge news on Ava. Expedia has come across, and all their booking can be done through Ava. So, which is really, really exciting news. And we saw the market react, and we hit an all-time high of about $5.12, I think it was. And we're just currently correcting. We're holding support regions and we're bouncing strongly. Next target on this one is $6.45, and we should see the $10 mark in the not too distant future. So big things happening, and we do have more news coming out on Ava over the next little while. So just watch this space, because this is definitely one that I'm holding for the long term. NPXS, we've got the redenomination and the token burns happening. So basically this happened in EGLD, where we saw Elrond move to EGLD. So same thing happening here in Pundi, where we're having that redenomination, and it will be, so this will go up 1,000 times. So at the moment we are 8, which will then become 8 cents at the moment. So when we redenominate, so you'll have, say you own 1,000 coins, you will then own 1 coin. Not 1 coin, the 1 coin, but 1 coin.
Which is now called Harmony.
Yeah.
It's got a movie coming out.
Yeah. So this is
really
a veracity. So we're not going to hit my buy zone, because all of you guys are so super bullish on this. And it's just, so I'm going to actually raise my laddering zone up, because it's not hitting, and I want to be in this.
Are you moving the market, Lisa? Is that what you're saying?
I did last night.
You're talking about it.
Went crazy. So I put some new charts up, and they all just like absolutely bounced. So this one, my new buy zone is around 14.5 to around 15.5. It is quite a wide buy zone, again, because we do have 200% potential. These are long-term swing trades for me, so they're not something that I'm just going in and out of. So there's something that I'm just going to buy, I'll put a stop loss on and manage that stop loss as we go. This is clever. So this is a really cool one. So you can buy KLV, and then you can stake it with, I think it's KLI. Don't quote me on that. But, it's got frictionless staking, which is a really cool thing at the moment. So whereas the tokens are burned and moved, and yeah. So I'll put some stuff up on Twitter about this one. It's got a really cool way of doing it. So my buy zone, we are in that at the moment. So we want to be buying in this region, which is the star. So 1, 2, 3, 4 to around 131. And we've got 150% profit potential on this one. Now, this is a really, really strong project, and, exciting things happening. This is Bitshares. We are not touching my buy zone on this one. So we've had some super bullish moves. I think I picked up my top ladder and it's taken off. We could
Bitshares, is this that Dan Larimer project from way back?
From way back, way back. Have a look how much.
This name mentioned for a long time.
Yeah. So if we go to a daily, this is, look, the reason I've chosen this chart, look at the alt curl on that chart. So this is what we've seen in OneCoin today, in Harmony One. This is what we saw on what else we see it on? Beam did the same thing. Sellers done the same thing. So this has got the epic alt coil that I look for. So potentially we could go to this price here. So if we're buying in around here on Bitshares and we go right to the top, which often happens, it's a 610% move. So a 600% move in this range on Bitshares. So it's not outside of the range of possibility. This curl is what I look for. So if we have a look at the Harmony One chart that we saw earlier, where are we? Now I've got to find with my millions of charts.
I have mixed feelings on the guy behind that project, Dan Larimer. He's sort of the EOS fame and
yeah.
what else?
He's kind of stepped away from EOS, but you know they are doing really good things on that project. So we can see the curl in this range, and that is essentially what we do. We don't. This Binance chart doesn't show the drop. A lot of the exchanges that have held this coin for longer do see the drop on this, and it is, you know, in that range. But that's the curl. So that's the alt curl that we look for. And yeah, so Bitshares has that. Okay. So this is a 500 to 600% profit potential. You know, short term 250%. I think, you know, they've revamped it and it's coming back to life. And
yeah, I'm going to go and have a look at that fundamentally, because that actually was one that was on my radar quite significantly in the past. But literally it's the first time hearing it in a while.
A lot of these, like if you go back and watch the hard forking shows from August 2020, you will see that we did win, we did B Pro, we did a lot of these charts that have moved, like we did Beam, we did, so many, but they've moved massive percentages. And, you know, so these are the ones that I'm looking for right now, that we're just seeing these alt curls that are just starting to curl, because in the next month or two, these are going to be 500% coins, because this is the next run of coins that is going to happen. This one didn't come down and it just decided to take off. Super bullish. There's lots and lots and lots of comments in the chat today about it. So, so this is VIT data link. So do some research on this, because it's got lots and lots and lots of backing and lots of people talking about it. It was on Luna Crush as one of the top. So they do social listening. So this has got lots of chatter about it at the moment. It may not come down a huge deal in this region, because it is super bullish. I'm going to raise my buy zone to up here, because we are so bullish in this region. So my new buy zone is here. So we've got 127 to 129. And, you know, this has got about 350% profit potential on this. We've just starting to get that curl as well on this chart. So it's looking really, really, really nice. Somebody just asked, B Pro has more big moves. It's still correcting. So as soon as it's finished correcting, then we'll bring it back. But at the moment, it is still correcting and still has some waves down. Oh, it's already moved. This is my chart of the week for Binance. I hate it when it does.
Redo it in real time, Lisa.
I'm like, damn it. So this one looks like it's attempting to break out in this region. It could come down. I'm going to have to raise my buy zone on it now. Damn it.
Calm down, Soul. You're screwing up our live show.
It is. It is. So I've got this is a swing trade as well with a 200% profit potential. Almost completed this correction. And so I've got a buy of 1350 to about, I'll bring that down a bit actually, to about 1450. We should see a minor correction in this region where it's sort of, they will always reject before they like break out. So we should come back into that buy zone and then continue up. So this is my Binance chart of the week. So, and we've got 200% profit potential.
Hang on a minute. We've got two charts of the week.
We've got a KuCoin one and a Binance, because when I do a KuCoin one, everyone gets upset at me that I don't have a Binance one. So I've got two this week.
Happy with that.
So we've got REVV for KuCoin and we've got Sol on Binance.
Two coins of the week. Historic moment there, people. There you go.
So this is BTT, BitTorrent. We are in this range here. We should have a minor correction. I don't think we're going to come down and retouch this support. I think we're going to continue up. So we're in that correction at the moment. So I think if you're wanting to get into BitTorrent, 003 to probably about 3.3 on BitTorrent before it takes off again. So minor correction, and then it'll be heading up. This is Selfkey. Again, it's taken off from my buy zone. Damn it. Damn it. So we should see, damn you people reading my mind and buying my coins. We should see sort of this region fill out and then continue up. So we should make this triangle here and then continue up. So this region on the support is about 0.23 and then continue up. We've got about 160% move on Selfkey. But if we can see, we've got that curl happening in here. We also have a cup and handle pattern that is coming. So we will see a corrective point building this triangle here and then continuing up. Oh my goodness.
Nearly
this is
there.
ELA, nearly finished, nearly. So
come on, hit the like button for Lisa and put some nice comments in there. See
yeah,
how
I
exhausted
said I was only going to do 10 charts and I think I've got about 30 again. So I was
happy with 10, Lisa. It means I don't have to sit there for hours afterwards timestamping everything. But
yeah, well, I was sitting
more
there
important to keep our audience happy, right?
I was trying to work out 10 and then I couldn't pull it back to 10 because I'm like, it's so bullish this week again and it's so much happening.
Yeah.
So
hit the like button, people. Otherwise, there's going to be bugger all charts next week.
Yeah, if you don't hit the like button, I'm doing charts, BTC and Ethereum buy. That's it. This is Elastos. So we've had a really, really strong bounce on this morning. We've done 210%. We're coming down, we're correcting. We shouldn't have a huge correction on this. If I do lazy Lisa fib targets, we should correct in this range. So we've got about 6.6 before we start taking off again. So this correction should be fairly minor and then continue on. Okay, this one's taken off too. Damn it. So this is audio. So this one revolutionizes the music industry and the way, you buy, you sort of move your music around. So, and it also, it creates royalties and so every time, the way this blockchain works is really cool because, the royalties, every time you buy music, the artist then gets royalties instantly. So it's a really cool way. And there's a few of these blockchains. There's another one that's just going to be listing very soon on Uniswap called Sound, I think. And, so this is the first of many of these music royalty chains that are coming into the sort of the networks and into being tradable. So this one, has taken off from my cross support. It will see a minor pullback, but this one for the long term, I've added 2.5% of this to my portfolio because this is a game changer in the music industry. And I think this is going to be huge. So, I would look, not financial advice, but I would look at adding this to your portfolio.
That's very interesting to hear because I'm actually launching a new short format show with one of the HardForking team who does a lot of our editing and so forth in the background, and his passion is music. He's been doing this for years, so it's these type of projects that we're going to want to have on and really assess that actual use case from content creators that need this type of thing. I mean, you know yourself, Lisa, as a content creator, it's been hard for us to monetize things for a long time, eh?
It has been. It has been. So, we do need these sort of projects in the industry, especially where, the artists themselves are getting those instant payments. Yep. So, you download their music, you download their song, or you share it or whatever, they're getting paid. So that's inbuilt into the way that the music is moved around. So yep. Those instant payments to the artists, which is a really, really good thing, especially for those industries. So it's coming into the movie industry. We're going to be revolutionizing, how streaming works. But, this is the start of these sort of projects. So this is going, for me, these sort of projects are going to be the next big thing. Yep. So, from NFTs, revolutionizing the way that, sort of Netflix, your Hulu, iTunes, all of that, how they work.
Yeah, I mean, we've seen the Kings of Leon do their album as an NFT. The other extreme, you've got Azealia Banks, an artist who's putting out her own porno videos with her husband now, I believe, as NFTs.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, my goodness.
Yeah, she sold one for 17 grand last week.
17 grand for oh my goodness, that's insane. I'm not getting into that business, sorry guys. This one is one of the charts that was requested today on Twitter. So this is Raven. Raven tends to go into this extreme corrective phase. So it's probably going to, if it doesn't break out here, it's just going to go sideways, and it's looking like everything's sort of pointing to this going sideways right now. So this is not one that I'm going to trade, but I wanted to bring this to the attention. The reason I don't add charts a lot of the time is because some of these projects are just not moving. And they do get requests, and people, are saying, hey, can you have a look at this? But it's just not moving. So if we can, fill out this region here, which it's a really slow moving coin, and then come up and retest this cross support region, there's a possibility with news it could take off, but it's been really slow. So yeah, not one, and I'm not upset that if it does move, but I can't be in everything. But yeah, so I'm sorry guys. Lena, so this one had a listing on Binance. This is the Huobi chart, which is actually a better chart, so it's got more data. So the Binance chart looks like that. So it listed and it did 250%. So we did 50% profits on Huobi. But for those that were on Twitter the other night and did move the money across, a lot of people made a lot of money, and it sold down very quickly. So at the moment, it is consolidating on this support region, which it should continue to do for a little bit longer. We're seeing the MACD just starting to turn up. So in this region, we could get a buy for Lena. So it's not looking horrible right now. So about the 145, 147 for Lena, and we should see about 250% profit potential. So listed on Huobi and on Binance. Binance chart has a lot less data, clearly, because it's a new listing. And I think it listed in the innovation range on Binance. This is SRM. So this was requested again from Twitter. It is, we've done this cup. We came down, we completed the handle. We've actually completed the cup and handle pattern. We are correcting nicely on this support and holding in this region. So I don't see any reason why this shouldn't be a buy in this region. So support on this is about $4.95. So it should come down before it taking off again. It has a 180% profit potential from that range. So it's looking really, really strong. And last but not least, I've got World. I own the World. This is an epic project. They have a testnet coming out in the next week. So it's a NFT marketplace, and it's really, really cool. So you essentially, when you have the coins just sitting in your MetaMask, you get rewards. So every time somebody moves their coins, so you get taxed as you move the coins. It has frictionless staking. I've got a big breakdown on this because I had CryptoPlots research this for me. So he's doing lots of research for me. I've got another one coming out today that he's researched overnight for me. And so I'm not going to release that just yet. You'll have to wait on.
Who's CryptoBlocks? I saw some of your chats on Twitter.
Yeah, so we have an epic signal site that he is building at the moment.
Oh, okay. This is the person. Oh, right.
Yeah. So, and he's just so much knowledge on all of these coins and researching them. And, he does it from a perspective that, we've got a whole range of questions that a normal everyday investor would ask. So he goes through and he breaks that down as to why you should be investing in this, what is happening. He looks at the, what sort of marketing they're doing, what sort of, whether they're hitting their roadmap targets, and, what is releasing in the near future. So this is one of his, which is World. And, it's got 300% profit potential. And they're like, I've been tweeting about it in the last couple of days, and their social media section of their project is really heavily active, and they reply to all the tweets. So if somebody's got a question, they're actually replying, which is really nice to see. So with that, that gives me faith that this is going to be a really, really huge project coming up. So, so just having the coins sitting in your MetaMask, you do earn extra coins with the frictionless staking. So so it's really cool. And
I just think hearing you talk about something like World Token and also Rev, it's something that Stefano keeps saying on our shows where we're looking at the fundamentals of these projects. It is so much, this doesn't really apply to Bitcoin or Ethereum, these things with a lot of liquidity. They're different to especially NFT gaming projects. You need to understand, is there a community here? Is there a use case? Is this something you really like? The charting is huge, but for those small cap things, those small projects, you got to get in there. You got to use these things.
You do use them, or else they sort of they die and they sort of disappear. But these, like Rev Token, has use case. They have licenses to the F1. World Token has a whole marketplace. So, if I've got in that breakdown, I'll retweet it today. But have a look, because it's got so much happening, and the testnet is going to be released in the next week. I think, definitely we should get them on the show and get them. So, they are anonymous, the founders. So we may, they may have a photo up or whatever, but they do explain that in the breakdown that we've got. I contacted them and asked them lots of questions, and CryptoPlots has asked them lots of questions as well. So that's all addressed in the breakdown that we've had. So I'm going to be bringing you a lot more of these as he researches all of this stuff for me, because I want to know these ones that are coming up that are going to be big in the future. So, the sort of the game changers of crypto and, the next sort of generation stuff that we're seeing.
It's an exciting time, isn't it? You got a lot of people slinging shit at ETH at the moment, but, for me, I think it's still a massive goal to have 32 Ethereum come July.
Yeah.
When it goes to proof of stake. I think if you're in the crypto space, there's a great opportunity now. The alts are running. There's a lot of money to be made in these projects up to that point.
So much money to be made in these projects. So, and two of those coins that I brought you today are potentially 500 to 600% movers because of that alt curl. So, and for the long-term watchers of this show, know that's what I look for in these. And, if you have the patience to sit there, those coins will move, because that means that, there is interest building into those coins and the liquidity is moving up. So yeah, it's a no-brainer for me to invest in something and, hold it for a month or 2 months. And we can see on that World Token chart that it was, we're starting to get that movement in, and potentially this is going to be a huge project.
Okay. Yeah, interested to learn more about that one. I will be having a look. Fantastic. Can't believe how dark it is outside my window here in New Zealand today, Lisa. It's winter's coming. I think they're opening a travel bubble with Australia. I might have to come and see you. It stays warmer longer there.
It does. Although it's been fairly cool and raining. So it's not raining today, but it's pretty grey out there at the moment. So
I actually had a fantastic weekend. I went to a music festival. I thought I'd be the dirty old man there. Well, I suppose I was. But, had a nice time. Tens of thousands of people. Lots of great Kiwi music. Danced for 10 hours. Haven't done that for a long time.
Well, that sounds lots of fun, actually. Lots of fun.
It was fantastic.
So coin of the week, we've got Rev Token on KuCoin, and we have Solana on Binance. So get in them.
Awesome. Thank you very much for that, people. Do you want to have a quick look at any questions just before we wrap up, Lisa? Some final shout outs.
SHA, I haven't looked at that, but I will have a look at that. I've had lots and lots and lots of people asking, so I'll put that one up on Twitter if the chart is a nice looking chart. So I do get asked for, like I explained, for like I saw in Raven, and I wanted to show you that because it's a horrible looking chart. So, I do get asked for a lot of this stuff on Twitter, and I only put up the ones that are going to move. It's pointless going into a coin that's not going to move, because the point of trading is to make money.
Yeah. And can I just throw this in there? There is a hell of a lot more of you watching than likes. So come on, it takes you 10 seconds, or less 2 seconds. Just hit the goddamn like button for us now. It helps other people find us.
Hey, Cami. Cami has just woke up in the UK. So hello. And who we got? Jazzy. Just a few shout outs.
Hey, listen, Jazzy is, she has been so unbelievably awesome. She's in our Discord the whole time, helping out a lot of people. And she's won, I think she's won 3 prizes on the HardForking channel in the last 2 weeks.
Oh my goodness.
Use a draw process that's a random number generated by Google. It must seem rigged to some of the audience, but yeah, Jazzy keeps on winning. So on that note, people, we've literally given away, I think, well over $3,000 worth of prizes and tokens, and just in the last 2 weeks, and we're going to be doing that again this week. So if you haven't subscribed to the channel, make sure you do. I think it's probably Friday. We're doing another live show. We're going to be giving away thousands of dollars again, and surprisingly, Lisa brings in our big live crowd, but these other live shows, it's a pretty small audience. So if you show up, you got a really good chance of winning. We gave away, I think, 6 prizes last Friday, literally worth thousands of dollars. So make sure you get over and check that out. But good to see you, Jazzy. Literally, Jazzy's got, she's won 2 token draws, and she's got an Axie Infinity scholarship team from us. So, and she's a fantastic.
My goodness. So yeah, that's epic. So hang on, I've got 2 more requests before we go. So let me find them. I've moved some charts out.
The LA Meth Witch, that's definitely my favorite name in all of crypto.
Yeah, LA Meth Witch and
Who are you?
Crypto King.
Are you from LA, and are you on meth, and are you a witch?
You can't ask all the personal questions, Sean.
You know, on BYBIT, when I'm trading Ethereum, it actually says meth.
It does. It does.
What is that? What is that?
What, that it's meth?
Yeah.
I don't know.
I can screen share it right now.
Maybe you're.
Well, I'll show you my trade, which is currently up $3.80.
This is seller. So this is seller always follows one coin for some bizarre reason. So it had the alt curl. It held as I've shown you today. So I'm just going to quickly show you seller so that we can understand what the alt curl is that I'm talking about. So when we look at those supports, so seller came back down and retouched his support. This is lazy Lisa Fibs. So it's retouched that support perfectly and it's taken off. We're still going. So I've pushed my stop loss up on this one and we're still going. So it's absolutely, it's a monster today. So we've had Harmony 1 and we've got seller. So, we're at 500% here on seller. And, it doesn't look like it's easing up at the moment. So it's really risky to get into it at this point. If you're scalping, then yes. But if you're looking for a long-term hold, it's not the coin for you. Look back in the show and have a look. And quickly, a few people are asking about Cocos. Still trying to get the founder on the show, but it is just starting to move. We broke out. This chart is on Twitter. We've broke out. We've retested a little bit lower and we've continued up. So we're kind of in that accumulation channel at the moment on Coco. So we could see a little bit more sideways for now and then continue up. So we could go just a little bit sideways here. So there you go. That's the last chart.
Okay. And for anyone that's maybe just joined in the last half an hour or so, I am going to go and time stamp everything in the next 2 hours. So maybe you want to come back.
There's like 30 something charts again today.
It'd be easier for you to go straight to the chart.
I keep saying that I'm going to do 10 only, but the market is just...
I knew that wouldn't happen, Lisa. I knew that wouldn't happen.
I said to Sean that after last week, I was like, oh, I'm so brain dead. I can't do this every week. And then, 30 charts later.
I hope the LA Mythwitch knows I'm just joking as well. I actually really, really enjoy seeing you join our chats. There's always some great comments.
Yeah. So I love crypto names. So we don't see it as much as we used to, but.
We got one dislike again, Lisa.
Yeah.
It's the same person. We got 2 last week, I think.
No, we did have 2 and somebody took it off and they were like, I like you now. So, yeah.
Okay,
so
thank you
everyone for watching. Love you all. Try to answer all your questions. It is getting a lot harder on Twitter. So it is.
Well, I see your audience is growing dramatically on Twitter, Lisa, and I really tip my hat to you. If I was wearing a hat, you literally get back to everybody. I don't know when you sleep.
I try.
Yeah. You're a crypto legend. You're probably the hardest working lady in all of crypto, I think.
Oh, I think so at the moment. So I'll quickly share my screen so you can see, this is the analytics on Twitter. So, we can see the analytics on Twitter as to profile visits 1.9.
You've sent 9,000 tweets in the last 28 days.
Yeah.
I've sent 2,800 my entire account's history.
So we can see how active this all is and how much I reply to you guys. So this is how much I love you all and I'm trying to help you make money in crypto.
Yeah.
So
follow Lisa's Twitter if you haven't, people.
So
smash all day, every day.
Smash the like button on my Twitter.
Yeah.
But we can see the mentions. So I've had 26.7k mentions. So that obviously not all of those need replies. So some of them I'll just go through and like. But yeah, so loving all you guys, trying to get back to you, but it is getting a little bit harder.
I also see somebody's running around with a scam account for you as well.
Oh, there's been a whole heap of scam accounts on me. So make sure when you're looking at that, I'm not going to be replying to your tweet and saying, hey, please join my Discord, because I don't have a Discord. please join my Telegram, because I don't have a Telegram. So I will have a specific website that we'll be announcing in the next. It won't be a Discord and it won't be a Telegram. It's a purpose-built website that will have signals. It will have courses coming out of it. It will have a whole heap of reviews that CryptoPlots is going to be doing. So it's going to be absolutely epic. So, you know, it'll help you make those decisions to get into the trades, as to, you know, we'll be explaining the coins more so than what I do here, to have a look at long-term holds and that sort of thing, as to, you know, new stuff that's coming into the market, like audio and movie block and that sort of stuff. So, you know, yeah, so that's coming up. So I'm really excited.
Look, I mean, you take it as a given from pretty much most, not just myself and Lisa, but I mean, I've pretty much everyone I know in the space, if they've got a YouTube channel or a decent Twitter following, there's always scam accounts. Yeah. And I just, you know, you're never going to get anyone sending you, say, hey, call this number or email me here. That just doesn't happen. So just be careful. I'm pretty sure this audience is smart enough to understand.
You do have new people coming into the market all the time. And, you know, we do have to be sort of prevalent with this and, you know, let you all know, you know, but just be aware that a lot of the big accounts are not going to approach you. They're not going to DM you. It's like these accounts that were sort of mimicking me over the weekend were sending people inboxes and DMs saying, have you heard of this coin? So, and then they send you a link, which is obviously a phishing link, which just steals your money. You're never, ever going to get a token. So, you know.
It does make me think, Lisa, that the real bull run is probably quite close, because the amount of scammery does seem to be just edging up. And I have actually been really surprised for the last 6 months, not by the lack of it, because it is there. Somebody tried to do it on this channel. They actually created another site with my logo, with the edges cut off, and they were sending their phone number off to people. Thanks for that, whoever that was. I'm sure you're a wonderful person. But yeah, there hasn't actually been a huge amount compared to 217, but it's definitely creeping in now.
Oh, it's definitely happening. So it's something to be aware of. So make sure, you know, when you are investing, you're doing it through a legitimate site. There's a lot of DEXs popping up as well. So
a lot of what? DEXs. Oh, DEXs.
Yeah. So, you know, make sure that they are legitimate ones as well, that are not going to have, you know, sort of rug pulls and backdoor. That was the other thing about World Token as well. It's been audited. It's by, you know, and that's a major thing at the moment, obviously, for these backdoor entries to, you know, the liquidity pools and everything, and taking that money out. So you want to see that these coins and tokens have been audited, and War on Rugs is a good one to watch to, you know, they do audits on all of these tokens, and, you know, it's a huge thing.
Yeah, actually, there's a project called DSLA, which is launching its mainnet in about a week, which is it's like a service level agreement for these liquidity providers, and it's more at a sort of developer level rather than the actual user. But it's quite an interesting project. So I'm going to be having a look at that in the coming week on the show. I flagged it last week. It's had some pretty nice price appreciation as well. But listen, thank you so much again, Lisa, for your time. And just reiterating, people, if you are a trader, please support Lisa and I with the BYBIT link.
I think it has 3 audits. I think I've posted the 3 of them. So yeah.
For World Token. It would be nice to have them on the show. I enjoy doing those.
Let's get them on the show, and because they do have the testnet coming out, so I will contact them and get them on.
Very good. And everything else going well in life for you, Lisa?
Everything else is great.
Yeah. Very good. Very good. I'm enjoying life again.
It is. It
Enjoying
is.
being back in this part of the
Not
world.
being in lockdown is nice, and I'm heading up to Bris Vegas in the next couple of weeks because my nana is turning 100 on the 4th of April.
Woo!
I just found out from my mum that she's getting a letter from the Queen, so that's a bit exciting.
What is the letters? What's in the letters? Oh, that Princess Diana was a bitch. Happy 100th.
I don't think so. I don't.
Poor royal family. They seem to be in the news the whole time at the moment for all the wrong reasons.
Yeah, it does. It does. But yeah, no, I'm excited for her turning 100. So I'm going up there to say hello. And yeah.
Awesome. Fantastic. Okay. All right,
Cool.
people. You know where to find Lisa. If you don't, the link to her Twitter is below. Also 2,000 to 1 million. All the links are in the show notes.
Yep.
And coming up on the Hard Forking channel this week, as I mentioned, we've got more giveaways. We're doing some live shows. Lisa, would love to have you back on with the guys are asking me to get you back on for one of our fundamental analysis shows when you've got time. We'd love to have you.
Yeah,
And
we can do.
to all of you out there, thank you so much for watching. You are a great audience. It's great to sort of get to know some of you now on here and on Twitter. We've also got the Discord. So yeah, thank you all for your support. Please tell your friends about us. Hit the like, and thank you, Lisa, most importantly, for all the time you do put into the show.
So happy time stamping, Sean.
I don't mind it actually. I actually quite like going back through and having a look at the charts again. I like the fact you got people probably think I know what the coin of the week is going to be. She never tells me. I'm very pleased to see it was Rev Token. I do hold it. I have to tell you that. I like the game. I like the fundamentals. And I like the chart. There you go.
Cool. All right, guys.
See you all next week. See you on Monday.
Bye.